What a painful few weeks and months it's been in the cryptocurrency markets. It seems like it's just been down only. Our prices, our bags are all going down. Some altcoins are down 60, 70, 80, 90, 99% from their highs at the tail end of last year. Bitcoin has dropped from up around $108,000 a coin all the way down to the low 70s. It's just blood in the streets. It's painful. There's no other way of putting it. This is not what we expected at this time a few months ago. For Q1, we thought we were going to be seeing a big rally, the Trump pump, everything going up to Valhalla. However, that is just not what we've seen. Is this the end of Bitcoin? Some people argue it is. You can see the price has just been fading away for months now. You can take a look and see what the customers of the institutions have been doing with the Bitcoin ETFs. You can see record outflow days for a week now for some institutions. You can see BlackRock's clients having sold almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin in just the last week alone, with multiple $100 million outflow days. You can see on the Crypto Bubbles chart, taking a look at the top 100, just red as far as the eye can see. There's a few different outliers there. Sonic with their recent migration from Phantom, OM, MakerDAO, and a few others. But for the most part, taking a look at Solana down 30%, Injective 35%, Trump down from its massive highs 41% this month, and a load others just getting absolutely slaughtered. It's been really painful, blood in the streets. To reinforce that point as well, you can even see on the fear and greed index that we have hit extreme fear. Even as more recently as yesterday, we've been in extreme fear. Taking a look back a couple of days ago, if we take a look back over the last 7 days, you can see on the 27th of February, we had a fear and greed score of 10. That is just absolute pain, agony in the cryptocurrency markets. It is just awful. It's not what we want. It's not what we expect. Is that it? Do I think it's over? Personally, I don't think it is. Let me explain why. Taking a look here at the cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin chart, you can see that if we take a look, at the moment we are in this descending channel. We've kind of touched off the high and the low of the range a few times quite nicely. However, you might not think it's too nice because it's a descending channel. It's painful. However, if we take a look back at some of the patterns that we've had over the rally since the lows back in 2022, you can see we've had these periods of really quite high price appreciation, followed by sort of these times of downwards trending price action for long periods of time. You can see even most recently we had from March 2024 all the way through to September 2024, really October before we even broke out of this channel. You can see that, you know, we've had these extended periods where the price is kind of just dragged and not really done much apart from go down gradually. However, what you can see is off the back of these, whenever we've been able to break these channels, we've always kind of formed these bull flag patterns and broken out of it, which has been really something I've been looking towards recently. If I just take a line here and draw it up here, you can see that to me, this looks like a bull flag pattern. You can see that the price has come up. We were sort of in this ascending channel at the tail end of last year, which in hindsight should have been a bearish indicator that you know, we were probably going to break to the downside of this channel, especially with the divergence, the bearish divergence with the RSI, with the price increasing and the relative strength index decreasing. However, this you can see that recently we've really touched perfectly the bottom end of this channel, and we're coming up quite strongly now as well. You can see that we're coming back up to test this this trend line with the RSI after having dipped into the oversold region. Even taking a zoom out, looking at the weekly chart, you can see that we've had a really strong flush here on the RSI. You can see that we've gone from this region of being overbought down to around the 50 level. We're sitting at about 53 now. You can see that previously, whenever we've got down into this range, it's always been a good opportunity to buy. You see back here in 2023, whenever we came back down, once we broke back above the 50 level, the price went up exponentially. You can see again, same here, back in 2024, when we were around this area, it was a really good opportunity to buy before the price went back up here to up over $100,000 a coin. Might it be the same this time? Not sure. Again, history doesn't always repeat, but it certainly can rhyme. So again, I prefer to personally to be taking a look at some purchases at this level. And if we also take a look on over here on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, we mentioned a lot that we were down at as low as 10 a couple of days ago. Even over the last year, we've never been as low as 10. We've dipped just into the extreme fear section and dipped in no more. The last time, in fact, that we saw the fear and greed index as low as 10, you have to go back to, I think it was the 22nd of June 2022. Whenever we were sitting at 10. That's around the time that Celsius and Luna collapsed. So the sentiment in the industry is as bad as that. But these, again, looking at the Bitcoin chart, have always been good opportunities to buy. As the famous saying goes, when there's blood in the streets, that's the time to buy. So as painful as it is right now, these prices seem to be good opportunities. In fact, even as I'm recording this, Bitcoin is just broken back up to over $90,000 a coin. I'll take a look at why in a few moments' time. And there's also, I've seen a lot of calls on X recently that people have said that that's the cycle top in, that we should have been more alive to it back earlier on this year, and that we're down only from here. And again, whilst I'm not here to predict the future, these are just my opinions. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. You'll do your own research. It's a risky game, this. However, I like to use as much data as possible to inform my decisions. And taking a look here on CoinGlass, this is a new tool that I found recently. They have some of the bull market peak signals, which we've looked at several times on this channel. You can see they kind of stack them all together here and let you know whether you should be holding or selling your bags, and also whether we have hit or not these indicators. You can see some of the popular ones like the Pi cycle top indicator, the Puel multiple, the Bitcoin rainbow chart, the MVRVZ score, the alt season index, and a few others that we've taken a look at over the last few months on this channel. You can see if we take a look at all 30 of these indicators, all 30 metrics here that we are tracking, which have been historically really good indicators of whenever the Bitcoin price might be peaking, not a single one has hit. Not a single one has hit this cycle. To me, the top might be in, who knows? Like, there's no way, I don't have a crystal ball, there's no way of actually knowing. It would just be completely bizarre that not a single indicator has flashed yet, not one. And also that we're sitting in 100% hold right now. To me, fair enough, I might be wrong. However, it would be the worst bull market in history, as I've heard Lark Davis saying recently. It's just not. I'd say the odds are against it being the top for Bitcoin personally, just based on all of these indicators not having fired just yet. One other thing that I've noticed is a couple of hours ago I was scrolling through Twitter and I realized, or X as it's called now, and also on YouTube, and I saw my financial friend putting up a video about a whale using 50x leverage to go long on Ethereum, and it was around, I think it was put on $4 million, I think I read, and that just doesn't happen normally. Smart money doesn't just throw away $4 million on a 50x long on Ethereum without something, without knowing something. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like smart money behavior. So I was sitting for the last couple of hours thinking something is going on behind the scenes. Somebody knows something. Somebody has been given information that none of the rest of us have access to. And what do you know? But within the last hour or so, Donald Trump has given an executive order on digital assets directed at the Presidential Working Group to move forward with a crypto strategic reserve. If you take a look up here, you can see as well, posting on Truth Social, this is a screenshot saying it's time to make America great again, talking about how a crypto reserve is critical, and reinforcing this executive order on the working group. It's it's funny how the world works. I'm not sure how I feel about this, having seen somebody putting in that ridiculous long on Ethereum whenever there's blood on the streets. It just seems like such a strange time to be taking such a big decision, and then within 2 hours of that news coming out, or people finding out about it, we've got the president pushing forward with the the digital asset stockpile that was mentioned whenever he took office. If we take a look here on the daily chart, or we'll take a look actually even on the 15-minute chart, getting really into it, you can see that the price from whenever this was announced has just rocketed, skyrocketed. We are, let me take a look here. I think it was announced, yeah, roughly around then. So you can see that's what probably a 5-6% move already on Bitcoin since the announcement was made. You can see we're up 5% in the day. Ethereum absolutely flying as well. Something must have come out about Ethereum actually during this, because it hadn't moved as big as that. In fact, you can see when I was doing my research around here on the stockpile, it was not actually moving as much as the rest of the market. So I feel there must be some more recent news on Ethereum coming out now. And you can see a lot of my altcoin positions here are again absolutely flying in the last 15 minutes as I've started recording this. This is a nice surprise for me as I'm recording this video. I did not see this earlier whenever I was going to record. You can see it's still absolutely rocketing. It's continuing to go up. There's Bitcoin up at 91 now as well. Wow, I really should go and check and see what's happening. But yeah, the point for me is it stands. You know, this is there's just none of the indicators for identifying the cycle top have hit just yet. We can see that we're forming this bullish pattern, this bull flag pattern, this descending channel. Typically, more often than not, you're more statistically likely to break out to the upside from a descending channel. You can see that we've had a complete flush in the RSI, the relative strength index. We've gone from that overbought area into an oversold area. We're coming up hard towards this trend line. We've got some big data coming out this week as well. You can see that we've got the PMI coming out this week, and also we've got a speech from Mr. Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, on the unemployment rate. Bitcoin price has typically reacted quite severely. It's been quite a volatile reaction to the unemployment rate and the non-farm payrolls, particularly if we consider the US economy and how there's been a lot of layoffs at the sort of the government level. That data will be particularly interesting this week, so I'll be keeping an eye on that. Personally, up to you how you want to trade this moving forward. Personally, I bought a little bit more AOs yesterday and a little bit more ORE, or ORI, however you want to say it. Two of my favorite altcoin positions that have been particularly beaten down over the last little period. Other than that, I'm fully deployed personally in cryptocurrency. I don't have any more cash dry to buy the dip. I've been fully bought out on the dips. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting few days, few weeks, now that news has been announced by the president, and also with the this price action as well. So yeah, we'll be keeping a keen eye on the charts, seeing what's happening over the next coming days, weeks, months. Would love to hear what you think is going to happen. If you want to drop below your thought process, anything that you might be buying, if you think it's actually time to get rid of this is a dead cat bounce maybe, this is a suckers rally and we're actually going to roll over and come back down in price from here. Would love to hear what your thoughts on the market are right now. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. It would make me really happy if you could do all of those things. But for now, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.